Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can you please rise for the Royal Thai Anthem? Please rise for the Royal Thai Anthem. And we have a quick presentation for you from the Highland Boxing Promotion dancers.
Five, four, three, two, one.
and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste it, you can fucking.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ali McConey and I will be your host this evening. Welcome to One Night in Bangkok, brought to you by the Box Thailand Promotions and Highland Boxing Promotions, live from World Siam Stadium right here in Bangkok, Thailand. Allow me to welcome into the ring, before we can begin, Paul Windsor, Supanat Chanram and Brico Santig, our promoters this evening.
Call me CEO, I've been running right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change, I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name, I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame, no I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness, I just wanna be greatness.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. And a big thank you to our main sponsor, Top Shelf Grind. Okay, let's begin with our first fight of the evening between the United States of America and Iran. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, give it up for Daishaun Middleton.
I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock.
His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, I need you to raise the roof for Mostafa Heydari.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Our first bout of the evening is in the 79 kilogram division. Over 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's making his boxing debut tonight. He's representing the United States of America. Make some noise for Daishaun Middleton. And the gentleman to my right, fighting out of the red corner, also making his debut tonight, representing Iran. Make some noise for Mostafa Heydari. Your judges ringside are Woraweth, Chris Anyane, and Carlos Costa. The third man in the ring is Pipa Sisane.
And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change, I've been rocking this exchange.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are in for the first fight of the night. We have Mostafa Heydari representing Iran, taking on Daishaun Middleton from the USA. Both of these fighters are having their first ever professional boxing fight. Okay, round number 1 underway. This is scheduled for 4 rounds at the 79 kilogram weight division. Mostafa Heydari in the black and gold shorts, but with the slight trim, and Daishaun Middleton wearing the tiger style gold and black shorts. Okay, very nice start already from Mostafa, and he's already wobbled his opponent and put him against the ropes. The First fight of the night. There's a lot of nerves going on. You're trying to impress the audience. But a very nice southpaw stance from Mostafa. And Daishaun doing a very good job of still staying on his feet, trying to land that big right hand, which does very well against southpaws. But I think both fighters just need to calm down, get behind a jab for now, bide their time. Both fighters now take the center of the ring. Mostafa doing a very good job keeping his range, keeping his opponent guessing. And some nice bodywork landed by Daishaun Middleton, pushing his opponent against the ropes. And that's the best thing to do against a southpaw, is not give him any range. Right now, Mostafa is winning the range battle, and he's landed some very, very big shots. A nice lead with the left hand, which is a very rare shot done by a southpaw, but Mostafa is using it almost as a jab, almost of his rangefinder. But both fighters doing a very good job, keeping it calm. Both look very, very technical considering this is their first professional boxing fight. Middleton doing a very good job to push his opponent against the ropes and land some very big hands upstairs. And Mostafa evades punishment and just gets into the center of the ring. This is where Mostafa is strongest. Just firing out his jab, keeping the range, keeping the fight in the center of the ring for now until he wants to land some powerful shots. Less than a minute to go of round number 1. And it looks like Mostafa is now bouncing on his feet. He's finding his groove. And it looks like Daishaun is just trying to get his opponent against the ropes and land some nice body shots. Stalking his opponent, going to the body, going to the head. Both fighters fighting a very nice style. Daishaun looking like he's trying to get in and up close and personal. And Mostafa's trying to fight a more rangy fight. And a beautiful body shot landed by Mostafa to the body. And a nice rear uppercut landed. Both fighters now in the center of the ring. And again, Mostafa has found his home with that rear uppercut. And the rear uppercut is that backhand. It's a very risky move, but a big reward. 10 seconds to go of round number 1. Both fighters look tired, but a very entertaining first round. Both fighters did a very, very good job considering this was the first round of the evening. We are scheduled for 4, but a very good start by Mostafa. But I think Daishaun did a fantastic job as well, pushing his opponent against the ropes, trying to make this more of a scrappy fight. And Daishaun is actually doing exactly what he needs to do. He needs to kind of make this fight a little bit dirty. He needs to push his opponent against the ropes, into the corners, grab him when he needs to. Mostafa needs to go back to what he was doing before, which is keeping the range, using that jab to set up that big rear uppercut. Let's see some action replays here. So as you saw, Daishaun just digging those shots to the solar plex of Mostafa. Almost like a Mike Tyson peekaboo style, just dodging left and right and trying to get to the body. But here we saw Mostafa feinting very nicely and then landed that nice body shot. Both fighters showing lots of skill, especially for their first professional fight. Round number 2 underway. We have Iran taking on the USA. Mostafa representing the Box Thailand and Daishaun representing the USA. And again, both fighters in the center of the ring. Looks like Mostafa is trying to use his range a little bit more, make his body look even longer than it is. Makes it a lot harder for Daishaun to actually get his combinations off. And a beautiful combination landed by Mostafa. Mostafa is also going into the Philly shell, keeping his opponent guessing. And that's what Daishaun's been trying to do, trying to get that peekaboo style, trying to get his opponent against the ropes. And it looks like Mostafa is wise to what Daishaun's tactic is, which is push him against the ropes. And this is where Mostafa needs to get around. He's already winning the fight in the center of the ring. There's no reason for him to take any chances against the ropes. Mostafa is the longer opponent, just needs to keep flicking that jab out. He knows Daishaun will only fight him against the ropes, so there's no reason to get close. A beautiful left hand landed by Mostafa onto the temple of Daishaun. And Daishaun has now got his opponent against the ropes, but again, Mostafa circles around, holding the center of the ring. And both fighters now looking a little bit more tired, but beautiful combination landed by Mostafa. And just flicking that jab out, not allowing his opponent to breathe, not allowing his opponent to think. And this is where Mostafa is at his strongest, in the center of the ring. There's no reason to get against the ropes, because that's where Daishaun comes alive. Daishaun doesn't need much movement. He just throws to the body and then goes to the head. Daishaun has already shown his cards to Mostafa, so Mostafa knows exactly what he needs to do to win. Hold center of the ring and get at range. Land the shots at length. And I want to see some more jabs from Mostafa now. Just keep flicking that jab. Even if he's tired, he should just be flicking that jab out, keeping Daishaun guessing. And a beautiful uppercut landed. And again, he's now putting on the pressure. It looks like he smelt blood and he's going in for the kill. But Mostafa is still on his feet. You can tell Mostafa is an absolute worry. He's taking some big, big shots, but he's still standing. Mostafa now using that big, long reach to keep his opponent away. Almost like a joust. Just jousting his opponent away and trying to set up another big combination. 30 seconds to go for round number 2. Mostafa just dancing around, holding the center of the ring, flicking that jab out, trying to set up some big, powerful hands. And there it is, that rear uppercut we was talking about, and it lands flush on Daishaun's chin. And a nice evasion. And Mostafa's done exactly what he needs to do in the last minute of this fight, which is stay off the ropes. There's no reason to fight your opponent where he's strongest. And again, that body shot, which might pay dividends towards the end of the round. Round number 2 has finished. Both fighters still standing. We're going to be going into round number 3 very soon. We will be going to some action replays, but first of all, thank you everybody for tuning in for this event at World Siam Stadium, brought to you by the Box Promotions and Highland Boxing Promotions as well. Now, this is both of their first professional boxing fights. We're going to go see some action replays very soon, but this is their first fight. They've done a very good job. And this is where Mostafa was actually landing at range. But this is where Daishaun comes alive. He pushes his opponent back, gets into the ropes, and starts landing to the head and to the body. And a nice job done by Mostafa to grab his opponent. Mostafa Heydari representing Iran and fighting out the box Thailand. Daishaun Middleton representing Highland Boxing Gym, fighting out of the USA. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, round number 3 underway. Top shelf grind coffee roasters. Again, both fighters fighting very calm in the center of the ring. I think Mostafa is very wise to what Daishaun is trying to do now, so let's see how he's tried to change his plan up. Daishaun needs to be a little bit trickier. And a beautiful hand landed upstairs, but Mostafa is firing back as well. What a war we've got here. Both fighters landing some big hooks onto each other's chins, and Mostafa does a good job to evade the pressure and the onslaught by Daishaun and take the center of the ring again. Mostafa needs to get behind that jab, just flicking it out, and Daishaun needs to start feinting a jab as well, trying to push his opponent back. And Daishaun's now got him against the rope. Will he come alive with body shots? A Mike Tyson style of the peekaboo. Very nicely done by Mostafa to turn his opponent around. A very good move indeed. And now both fighters are in the center of the ring. And a combination landed by Mostafa again. Mostafa looks a little bit tired, a little bit fatigued, but also I think he's very confident in that. I think he realizes now, as long as I don't get my back against the ropes, I'm not going to take many shots. But he almost goes for a rope-a-dope technique, which is you lean on the ropes and you let your opponent just fire all the damage at you and let them use up all their energy. You can use the ropes to absorb the punches as well, so you don't take as much damage. But still, I'd like to see Mostafa just dancing around. He's taking a lot of punches here when he gets his back against the ropes. Daishaun doing a very good job of stalking his opponent, not allowing Mostafa to really breathe, and also taking away the confidence of Mostafa, because Daishaun has been hit by some big bombs, but he's still moving forward. He's still going forward. He's been hit very hard, but he's still marching forward. Less than a minute to go of round number 3. And a nice left hand landed by Mostafa. We've got a classic orthodox against a southpaw here. I'd like to see Daishaun start mixing things up a little bit. He is the shorter fighter. He should be a little bit more explosive. If you are shorter, make yourself shorter and then explode with your punches as well. And Mostafa lands that beautiful rear uppercut through the guard of Daishaun. And now a check hook as well, and dances around, flirting like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. And there it is again. He has found his home with that shot, and it's a beautiful shot to land. Almost a Carl Froch style going on, with his hands low but not scared of his opponent, and he's rolling with the punches against, but Daishaun is landing some shots here. Mostafa's got to be very careful, and he just took a big right hand towards the end. What a way to end that round. A very interesting round, because it depends what the judges are seeing. Very sensitive. I have to hold
the definition of half man, half drugs, ass the clubs, bad boy, that's what's up. After bucks, crush crews after us. No games, we ain't laughing much. Nothing but big things. Check the hit list, only twist shit, but change with the name. We still here, you're rocking with the best. Don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks. Who's the boss? Dudes is lost. Don't think cause I'm iced out, I'm cool off. Who else but me? And if you don't feel me, then you can't touch me.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry for that little bit of a delay in the microphone and the commentary booth. As I was saying before, it's a very, very close fight. It's a very, very close fight so far, because Mostafa's doing exactly what he needs to do, but Daishaun is landing big shots as well. So it all depends on what the judges are seeing rather than what you think is happening. Round number 4, the last round of this fight underway. Mostafa starts with a flurry already, landing a nice combination on Daishaun. And Daishaun needs to start moving. He needs to start putting the pressure on or grabbing his opponent. But Mostafa doing a very good job again, just using that jab almost as a measuring stick. And instead of getting his back against the rope, he's just taking central ring. That's exactly what he needs to do. I think Mostafa is very confident that he's winning this fight, so he doesn't need to take any unnecessary risks right now. But some good sportsmanship showed by both opponents. Daishaun needs to get busy. I think he needs to try and land a knockdown if he can. Almost go for a Hail Mary, because although he might be doing quite well in this fight, the judges might still favor Mostafa because he's landed the cleaner shots, the more powerful shots. Daishaun now trying to get his opponent against the ropes, but he needs to set that up. He doesn't need to follow his opponent. He needs to cut the ring off against his opponent. He needs to herd his opponent into the corner where he wants him to go. The fight is now in the clinch, and again, Mostafa does a very good job of just turning his opponent. It's a very good move indeed. And there was the double jab with that rear uppercut again. Mostafa has found that shot several times throughout this fight. But again, Daishaun does not give up. And I think that punch was a little bit low, but I think it was on the belt line. And a beautiful uppercut stumbles his opponent, and Daishaun is hanging on. It looks like Mostafa is going to try and finish his opponent. He's sending him to the canvas maybe with these body shots and head shots. Daishaun throwing punches as well, swinging for the fences. A nice rear uppercut again. The ref is looking at this very, very closely. Daishaun needs to defend himself from these punches. And again, Mostafa takes a big shot. Mostafa now needs to put the pressure on. Less than a minute to go in this round number 4. He's winning the fight. Does he want to try and finish this fight? Some nice body punches landed again, that rear uppercut. And the ref has seen enough. A good decision by the ref. Although I think Daishaun could have probably seen out the rest of the fight and the round. There's no reason to take any more punishment. A great win by Mostafa Heydari from Iran, representing the Box Thailand. All credit as well to Daishaun Middleton representing Highland Boxing Gym. He did a great job. Let's see some action replays here. So as you saw, Daishaun stalking his opponent, lands a nice body shot, but Mostafa circles around. And here we see Mostafa when he nearly finished Daishaun, but Daishaun came back with a shot of his own, which landed hard on the chin, which stumbled his opponent. What a fantastic fight. We will be going to Ali in the center of the ring very, very soon. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in for this event and the pay-per-view as well. That was the first fight, 1 of 6, brought to you by the Box Promotions and Highland Promotions. My name is Jimmy Bowe, and I am on the mic today. Let's go to the official decision with Ali McConey.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with just 38 seconds to go in the last round, your winner by TKO in the red corner, Mostafa Heydari.
A very nice victory for Mostafa Heydari. It's nice to see Daishaun is on his feet. He seems fine as well. I think he could have carried on, but again, the referee was looking out for the fighter's health. A good stoppage, but also I think I'd like to see more of Daishaun. I mean, even a rematch. That was a good fight. It was a very interesting technical fight, especially for a professional debut as well. Both fighters did very, very well. I think Mostafa did exactly what he needs to do in round number 3 and round number 4, and he clearly listened to his coaches because he changed up his game plan. Daishaun, I think, just ran out of ideas towards the end, but still.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are swiftly moving on to our second fight of the evening. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Give it up for Aphisit Sornram.
And making his way to the ring from Thailand, Aphisit Sornram in the blue corner, ready to take on his opponent as well, who is also from Thailand. We're going to have a tie-on-tie fight. Aphisit Sornram has had 1 win, 3 losses, and 0 draws. He's going to try and redeem himself coming off a loss. 4 rounds of action is debuted. 59-kilogram weight limit.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Give it up for Woraweth Nawanetiwong.
And making his way to the ring, Woraweth Nawanetiwong, representing the Box Thailand, fighting out of Thailand. He has a record of 5 wins and only 1 loss. He is only 18 years old. He is a very experienced, very skilled fighter, trained by the likes of Dom and Paul at the Box Thailand.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go with our second bout of the evening. This is a domestic affair in the 59-kilogram division. 4 over 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing with a fight record of 4 fights with 1 win and 3 losses. Representing Thailand, give it up for Aphisit Sornram. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner with a fight record of 6 fights, 5 wins and 1 defeat. Also representing Thailand, I need you to raise the roof for Woraweth Nawanetiwong. Your judges ringside are Woraweth Duangpao, Piban Sisane, Carlos Costa. The third man in charge of the action is Chris Sanyade.
What a great introduction by the great Ali Makoni. We are going in for our second fight of the evening. A domestic affair. Thailand taking on Thailand. Okay, round number 1 is underway. Woraweth with the black shorts with the Box Thailand logo, taking on Aphisit Sornram in the blue and white shorts. Both fighters are southpaws. It will be a very interesting technical fight. Both fighters in the center of the ring, trying to find their range early on. Woraweth looks very calm, just trying to find his openings. Woraweth is someone who usually likes to push his opponent back against the ropes and start landing combinations. Both fighters now look very calm. As you can see, these fighters are very, very experienced in comparison to the other fighters. They're more calm, they're taking their time, they're not rushing in with any combinations. They're just trying to get a read on their opponent, seeing where the weaknesses are, seeing how they flinch, how they react. And a nice combination landed by Woraweth early. And Woraweth again starts pushing his opponent back against the corner, trying to see if he can get his opponent with his back against the ropes and start landing those combinations he likes to do. And Woraweth's facial expression never changes. Throwing out that jab, trying to find that range, and once he lands that jab, he's actually going to throw that big lead hand over the top as well. He just wants to find his opponent and then throw that big powerful shot. But again, look, both fighters very calm. There's a lot going on there, even if you don't see it. Both fighters are just trying to get a read on one another. And a nice slip, miss, and a nice, there it is again, as we spoke about. It's that jab followed by that big lead hand. Woraweth looking to roll or dip underneath and then throw that big left hand. Both fighters are exchanging jabs. This is a jab affair. But some nice head movement by Woraweth to get underneath the jabs. Aphisit is the taller and longer opponent. I think Aphisit should start going on the back foot a little bit more, using that jab, not allowing his opponent to get closer to him. But Woraweth doing a good job to dip underneath those jabs and then throw that big left hand that he likes. Less than a minute to go of round number 1. Some nice head movement demonstrated by Woraweth. Again, the first round is usually the most calm one, just trying to read your opponent, seeing how they're reacting to what you're doing. But I think Woraweth has already found his timing, and there it is. The big left hand sends his opponent against the ropes, but again, Aphisit doesn't seem hurt, and he fires his own combination as well. And he landed a nice 1-2. A right hand with a left hand as well, a jab with a lead. They're almost exchanging the same punches. And depending how the judges saw that, he might have been giving that round to Aphisit. Let's see who finishes the round stronger. 10 seconds ago of round number 1. Both fighters have landed a very even amount of shots, but I think Woraweth has just been a little bit more accurate with his shots, demonstrated more defensive movement. I would give that to Woraweth just slightly, just due to his punches landed, but also his defensiveness. And showing his evasive movement to also land punches, but also be the aggressor as well. We're going to go to some action replays here. And there it was, that slip, followed up by a big left hand by Woraweth. And that was that missile of a shot landed by Aphisit. And as you can see, both fighters landing the same combination on one another. And as you can see, we have Eva representing the second round. I'd like to see both fighters get a little bit busier out there as well. Maybe throw a few more jabs each, but also start going to the body as well. Start level changing. Woraweth started to do it towards the end of the second round, but I like to see it a little bit more. Actually landing downstairs to set up a big shot upstairs as well. So I'd like to see Woraweth start jabbing to the body and then throw a big left hand upstairs. And I'd like to see Aphisit use his range, dance around his opponent and keep that jab in the face of Woraweth. Round number 2 underway. We have Thailand taking on Thailand. Woraweth in the black shorts and Aphisit in the blue shorts. Already we're seeing action in the center of the ring. Both fighters landing bombs on one another and the crowd are going wild. And this is where Aphisit does a very good job, except he exposes his chin. And as we see, Woraweth likes to slip underneath and find his target. All it'll take is Woraweth to just dip underneath and throw that big right hand. Both fighters very technical. Aphisit doing exactly... Nice. Can they still hear me? Woraweth just landed a big left hand. And again, another right hand landed. And Woraweth is doing a good job to push his opponent. But Woraweth is doing exactly what we was talking about, where he slips underneath the shot and then throws that big counter punch. And there it is, as we was talking about, the big counter punch that he was setting up. And Woraweth has just taken a standing count. And he's up on his feet, but it was done a very good job by Woraweth, what we was talking about, which is slipping underneath that jab and throwing that big left hand. Like I said, Woraweth stalks his opponent and then throws that big hand. And this is where Woraweth comes alive. He pushes his opponent against the ropes and starts firing big bombs. Aphisit doing all he can to hold on, and the ref is looking at this very, very closely. Most fighters who get knocked down and fall forward don't usually get back up. Some nice body shots landed by Woraweth. And Woraweth needs to start getting a bit more technical now. He's already got his opponent on the back foot. Set up that big hand that he did before. And both fighters now clinching. This is where Woraweth is very intelligent, doesn't give his opponent any chance to grab him and just stays in front of him, showing the conditioning that Woraweth has, which is just staying heavy on his opponent, not giving his opponent any chance to breathe or think. And this is where Woraweth needs to come alive, going to the body, going to the head. He already knows he's got enough power to knock his opponent down. Can Woraweth finish this fight? He's trying to finish it, and another big left hand landed. The ref is looking at this very closely, but there's not long to go. The second round, 10 seconds to go. And Woraweth nearly knocks his opponent down again, sending them body shots, and his opponent goes down. You cannot be saved by the bell. He will take a regular 10-second count, and he's on his feet. A very good round by both. Very good round by both opponents. But of course, Woraweth just came alive with those big counter punches where he knocked his opponent down twice, and he knocked his opponent down again right at the end of the round, which will be counted. And this is what we were saying about Woraweth. Once he finds his rhythm, he is a very explosive fighter. And as we see the action replay of Aphisit hitting the canvas, most people who fall head first do not get back up. And this is where Woraweth was just digging body shots and sending his opponent into defensive mode. I'm very curious to what Aphisit's corner has told him to do. Round number 3 underway. And Woraweth looks like he's coming out a lot stronger as well, just trying to put the pressure on. But again, Aphisit, for a man who's been down twice, is still firing big shots. So Woraweth needs to be very, very careful. Aphisit's doing exactly what he needs to do. Aphisit is down on the scorecards by a lot. He needs to try and get a knockdown or a knockout on Woraweth to win this fight. But Woraweth doing exactly what he needs to do. He could just bide his time. He's now starting to smile. A nice jab upstairs landed with that left hand. Aphisit still throwing back, but now Woraweth has got his opponent in the corner. This is where Woraweth is very strong. A beautiful left hand onto the jaw of Aphisit. And notice how Woraweth is constantly moving, but also flinching his shoulders, moving his elbows, making his opponent think he's about to throw something, just keeping his opponent guessing. And Woraweth just needs to stay on the balls of his feet. And Aphisit is doing a good job of staying away from his opponent and dancing around, but he's not going to win the round. He's not going to win this fight by fighting this way. He needs to take a gamble. He needs to take a chance against Woraweth and try and land a big shot. And a beautiful left hand again. Woraweth's signature backhand has landed again, strong onto the chin of Aphisit, but Aphisit is still standing. Just missing with that big left hand upstairs. And some nice body work. This is where Woraweth usually comes alive. He's going to let his opponent go for now. And a nice left hand again onto the cheekbone. The ref is going to be looking at this very closely because at some point you'll have to accept that Aphisit is so down on the scorecard. It's going to be very hard for him to win. And again, a big haymaker landed by Woraweth. Aphisit proving what a warrior he is because he hasn't gone down. He's still jabbing. He's always getting back up. But Aphisit is now just retreating. He's got to take a chance if he wants to win this fight, or the ref is going to have to stop this fight. And some nice uppercuts getting in through the guard. Woraweth just keeping that pressure on. A very action-packed fight. Woraweth constantly laying on the pressure. He now needs to just try and blitz his opponent, and he will stop him if he does this. If he just lands one flurry, I think the ref will have seen enough and stop the fight. Woraweth's corner is telling him, keep the pressure on. Keep on the front foot. Do not give him any chance. Woraweth needs to just keep pushing. 10 seconds ago of this round, and again a big left hand landed upstairs. How much more can Aphisit take? And Aphisit lands another one. What a fantastic way to win that round. Woraweth doing a very, very good job. And I think Aphisit's corner has got to tell him now, if you do not show me something, we are going to have to stop this fight, because he took some very, very big shots in that round. If Aphisit wants to win this fight, he needs to go for a knockout, and I think Woraweth is just too much on his game right now to get hit flush. We're going to see some action replays here, and that was that check hook landed by Woraweth, and there he is stalking his opponent, feinting the downstairs, and came up with a big hook upstairs. I appreciate the inner warrior of Aphisit, but he needs to really think about what he wants to do. Does he want to take more damage? Woraweth needs to do exactly what he's doing right now. He's already winning this fight. Woraweth could dance around, or he could go in for the kill. But the ref is going to be looking at this very, very carefully. Round number 4 about to come underway. Thailand taking on Thailand. Woraweth in the black shorts taking on Aphisit in the blue shorts. And there it is again. Woraweth starting with the lead hand already. But Aphisit throwing what he needs to do. He needs to take those chances. He needs to take a gamble. He does not want to get in the corner against Woraweth. That is where Woraweth is at his strongest. A nice left hand landed. But is it enough? Woraweth looks a little bit more calm. I think he's just trying to take in a lot of oxygen, and then he's going to land a big flurry. Woraweth is in no rush to win this fight anymore. He's already winning. He's massively up on the scorecards. How does he want to finish this fight? I think he's in full control of what is happening. And there it is. He's double jabbing downstairs, landing a big left hand upstairs. A good display of boxing skills. But again, Aphisit, this is what's keeping him in this fight. Every now and again, he shows you why he's a good boxer. He throws some nice shots that get through Woraweth's guard. And there it is again. Aphisit has got a very nice long guard, and he needs to use it to his advantage. He's against a smaller fighter. Aphisit should be dancing around with a jab and only throwing that big hand when he knows it's going to land. But Woraweth again, just staying in front of his opponent, not allowing Aphisit to use his range. And there it is again, just a nice body shot landed and a big left hand upstairs. Woraweth is now just throwing haymakers to the body of Aphisit. How much left has Aphisit got? Can Woraweth finish it now? Woraweth needs to come alive. He needs to almost go for a shoe shining style of punching and just throw everything he's got. He does a very good job of getting his opponent into the corner, but this is where he needs to come alive. He needs to give up that haymaker and just start landing combinations. Right now, I think Woraweth needs to go for quantity rather than quality. Aphisit just needs to try and land a big haymaker. He's doing a good job to stay in this fight. Less than a minute to go. How much does Aphisit want this fight? And again, they sends his opponent to the canvas. Woraweth, in a beautiful fashion, lands that big left hand that he landed several times in that fight. A fantastic way to end it, but hopefully Aphisit is okay. Aphisit took a lot of shots in that fight and kept on moving forward. He never once gave up in that fight. So all credit to Aphisit, saw Tong Tam. He did a very good job of constantly staying in the fight, but Woraweth proving what a fantastic boxer he is at only 18 years old, representing the box Thailand. He now goes to 6 wins with only 1 loss. A fantastic performance by Woraweth. A boxing clinic put on. We're going to Ali Makoni.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our second fight this evening has ended in the 4th and final round with just 37 seconds to go. Give it up for your winner in the red corner, Woraweth, Nawanetiwong. Ladies and gentlemen, just a quick thank you to the Box Thailand Promotions, Highland Boxing Promotions, our awesome promoters, Paul Windsor, Supanat, Chanram and Brico Santig, and also our main sponsor, Top Shelf Grind. Also on Top Shelf Grind, a big shout out has to go to Robert Oliver and the team at Top Shelf Grind Supplements for helping Jack and guys across the world to optimise their testosterone, energy levels and focus with the 2 best products for men, Kingmaker Supplement and Alpha Grind Coffee. Okay, we have 4 fights to go now. Who's up? Who's cheering for the main event? Who wants Jack to win? Who wants Lindsay to win? Oh, everyone's here for Jack, eh? Okay, well let's move on with the action. Moving on to our 3rd fight of the evening. Fighting out of the blue corner. Give it up for Daishaun Sit Crew Dong.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, Daishaun Sit Kong, representing Thailand. He has yet to have a win in his professional boxing career. He's had 2 losses, which does mean he's got experience in that ring as well. This will not be an easy fight for his opponent by all means. We are scheduled for 4 rounds at the 76 kilogram weight limit.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, make some noise for Amir Samie.
And making his way to the ring, Amir Hossein Samie Heydari, representing Iran. He is also fighting out of the Box Thailand in Bangkok, Thailand. He is making his way to the ring for his professional boxing debut. but by all means, he is not a new boxer.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is our third bout this evening in the 76 kilogram division. This will be contested over 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner with a fight record of 2 fights and 2 defeats, representing Thailand. Give it up for Denchai Sit Gru Gong. And his opponent to my right, fighting out of the red corner, making his boxing debut this evening, representing Iran. Make some noise and raise the roof for Amir Samie. Your judges ringside are Mr. Pipat Sisane, Chris Sanyadet, and Carlos Costa. The third man in the ring is Mr. Woraweth Duan Kao.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the third fight of the evening. A 4-round fight, 76 kilograms. Iran taking on Thailand. Round number 1 underway. Amir Samie representing Iran in the black shorts, fighting out of the box Thailand. Denchai with the blue shorts representing Thailand. Now this may be Amir's professional boxing debut, but he has got a pedigree of amateur boxing. He is a fantastic amateur boxing. So as we can see already, he's throwing that very quick snapping jab. And a nice right hand already landed onto the temple of Denchai. And Amir just looks very calm in there, in very good shape, very well conditioned, finting his opponent already. And as you can see, he's throwing that very amateur style of a 1-2 where you just throw the jab with a big right hand. And Denchai needs to be very careful when throwing his big punches because he's putting his hands low. Amir is so fast, he'll find his home, and he's already knocked his opponent back with a jab. Amir just putting on a clinic already with that nice jab with a big right hand. You can win an entire fight with a jab. And a beautiful right hand landed by Amir. Going to the body now. I think this is going to be a very quick fight the way Amir is fighting. Amir just throwing some beautiful combinations already. Keeping his opponent guessing. You can hear those shots echoing around the ring. And he goes to the body, jabbing upstairs, hitting downstairs. Amir needs to be very careful with his hands down low as well. Denchai is dangerous with those big haymakers that he likes to throw. But I think Amir is just very quick, so fast with the jab. I'd like to see Amir double that jab up now. Double the jab with the right hand. And a good combination already landed. I think Amir is trying to finish this in the first round for his professional boxing debut. And the ref has already seen enough. And I think that was the exact call that he needed to make because Amir just looked levels above. I mean, look, a professional boxing debut, but this man has got an amateur boxing pedigree. And here we see some action replays already. And this is just where we saw how calm Amir was in that entire fight. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and the Box Promotions and Highland Boxing Promotions for putting this event on here at the World Siam Stadium in Bangkok, Thailand.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with just 1 minute to go in the first round, your winner in the red corner. Give it up for Amir
A very nice victory for Amir, and as you can see, is joined by his brother who was fighting earlier on. Very, very talented amateur boxers from Iran, and I'm very excited to see him again in a professional boxing fight. He is very talented, very fast, very powerful. He has all of the tools, almost like Amir Khan. Amir Khan was a fantastic amateur boxer with speed and power. I think Amir is going to be a very similar boxer to Amir Khan later on down the road because he is such a talent. I am very excited to see what he does next. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you probably want to tune in for the next thing we're about to see, and you want me to stop talking because we have got some great entertainment about to take place. We have got a fantastic dance group.
Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because we have another performance for you from the Highland Boxing Promotion Dancers.
You don't have to like boxing or my voice, but you can appreciate the dancing you're about to see.
Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Highland Boxing Dancers. Okay, let's continue the action. Introducing first, fighting out the blue corner. Give it up for Hassan Zareei.
And making his way to the ring, Mr. Hassan Zareei from Iran. He is making his professional boxing debut. He'll be the first and third man representing Iran on this card. We are scheduled for a 4-round fight at the 59-kilogram weight limit. Hassan Zareei.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. I need you to raise the roof for Pharabodee Phondilok.
And a fan favorite making his way to the ring, Pharabodee Phondilok, representing Thailand but fighting out of the box Thailand, where he is also a coach as well. A fantastic boxer, also making his professional boxing debut.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to kick it off with fight number 4 in the 59-kilogram division. This fight is contested over 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, making his boxing debut this evening, representing Iran. Give it up for Hassan Zareei. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, also making his boxing debut this evening, representing Thailand. Make some noise for Pharabodee. Phondilok. Your judges ringside are Mr. Woraweth, Pipan, Cisne, and Carlos Costa. The third man in the ring is Chris Santig.
And the fourth man in the ring is Mr. Ali McConey. He fourth fight of the evening. We have Thailand taking on Iran, both fighters with the white shorts. However, Iran with the white and red. Thailand with the white and gold with the Box Thailand logo. Round number 1 underway. Sponsored by Top Shelf Grind Coffee Roasters. And both fighters making their professional boxing debut. Pharabodee just holding center of the ring. Already trying to find his home with a big haymaker already. And Pharabodee is a very popular man in this arena. He has got a huge cheering section. And Pharabodee doing a very good job of feinting his opponent, trying to get a reaction already. And setting up a nice double jab, but then landing a left hook to the body. A very nice move by Pharabodee. Hassan Zareei just needs to start moving, being a little bit busier with his hands, maybe throwing some more feints, some more jabs. Pharabodee doing a good job of stalking his opponent, but also staying very calm as well, not getting too excited. Notice how Pharabodee is also changing the levels, and he hits his opponent who goes spinning around off balance. Pharabodee stalking his opponent into the corner, getting ready to throw a big onslaught of power punches. And Pharabodee needs to be very careful of where he puts his head on the line. He does a very good job of lengthening that jab and throwing it out very, very far, but he needs to be very careful because he leaves his chin exposed. Hassan needs to try and counter that right hand. And there it is again, Hassan Zareei throws that big right hand when Pharabodee leaves his chin exposed, so Pharabodee needs to go back behind the jab, setting up that big right hand upstairs that he likes to throw, which is jabbing to the body and then throwing that big right hand upstairs. There it is. It's exactly what he needs to do. I'd like to see Pharabodee double that jab to the body, feint that jab to the body, and throw that big right hand upstairs. But Hassan Zareei doing a good job of surviving as well, just dancing around, trying to find his openings. Hassan Zareei showing that he is a counter puncher, waiting for Pharabodee to make a mistake first. And there's that jab we were talking about. Pharabodee flicks that jab out with full length, almost throwing a jab like Pernell Whitaker, except in the orthodox. Pharabodee is just a little bit shorter. Hassan Zareei just doing exactly what he needs to do right now, staying calm, not being lulled into Pharabodee's feints. But this is where Pharabodee needs to be careful with his head. If he keeps putting his head down too low, the ref is going to give him a warning for that. A nice jab, just needs to stay relaxed. Pharabodee's corner is telling him to just calm down, stay relaxed. Less than 20 seconds to go of round number 1. Both fighters done a very good job, and a nice right hand landed to the body by Pharabodee. Both fighters now just flinching one another, trying to get a read on each other. And a very nice round for a professional boxing debut. I think Pharabodee just edged that round. He was a bit more active, a bit more aggressive, and did land quite a few shots. So we're going to see some action replays here. And this is where Pharabodee flicks out that jab and threw a big right hand to the body. And again, you can see that jab that Pharabodee loves to throw, but this is where he brings his head down a little bit too low. And Hassan was actually quick to read this and throw a big left hand, right hand to the head of Pharabodee. He needs to be very careful. If I was Pharabodee, I'd be using my jab a little bit more, being a little bit more active with the jab, and then throwing that right hand. But when I'm dipping down low, do not expose your chin. Hassan Zareei, I think Hassan Zareei did a very good job for his first round of his professional boxing debut, but he needs to be a little bit busier as well. He also needs to start throwing his jab, because right now he isn't doing much of anything when Pharabodee's coming in. He's just almost waiting. Now, even if you're a counter puncher, you can set up the counter punch by setting traps as well. And that's exactly what Hassan needs to do. If he wants to be a counter puncher, he needs to set up a trap. Round number 2 underway, scheduled for 4. Thailand taking on Iran. Pharaboodee starting off a little bit faster as well, flicking out that jab that he likes to do. And there's that big right hand he threw upstairs. Level changing his opponent, flinching at his opponent, trying to get a read, trying to get his opponent to drop his hands. And Hassan is being a little bit more aggressive, but Hassan just needs to calm down when he throws those counter punches as well. You do not need much power on a counter punch, you just need accuracy and timing. Pharaboodee stalking his opponent again with that jab, putting his head very low. He needs to be very careful that Hassan does not come up with an uppercut. And Pharaboodee lands a gazelle hook where he crouches down and fires a big left hook to the chin off Hassan, but Hassan eats it pretty well. Pharabodee's corner telling him "Jai yen yen," meaning calm down, just relax. But Pharabodee's doing a good job just getting that jab going, trying to get his opponent into the corner, and he stumbles his opponent with a big right hand. But Hassan has done a very good job of just biding his time as well. And a nice right hand landed by both opponents, and both fighters are exchanging in the corner. And Hassan leans on his opponent and then takes central ring. Very well done by Hassan as well. Although Pharaboodee, I think, is winning this round with more powerful shots and accuracy, Hassan is doing a good job to evade the power. But he needs to be very careful walking around to his right. Pharaboodee might throw a big right hook if Hassan keeps circling to his right. Both fighters do now, just holding central ring, just trying to get a read on their opponent, trying to find a gap. Less than a minute to go of round number 2. And Pharaboodee needs to come alive a little bit more. Hassan Zareei also needs to do the same thing. He needs to start throwing that jab, just flicking that jab. Even if it doesn't land, he needs to throw a jab. He needs to throw something to give the judges something. But Pharaboodee just stalking his opponent, almost like herding sheep, trying to get his opponent into the corner to then throw his big, powerful shots. I'd like to see Pharaboodee now put the pressure on. 30 seconds to go of round number 2. Both fighters not as busy as they were in the first round, but they're both just trying to get a read on one another. They're trying to find an opening where they can find that powerful shot. And it looks like Hassan is now actually walking forward, trying to bait his opponent. Is exactly what he needs to do, but it's a little bit too late now, considering we're about to end round number 2. A very nice round by both opponents. Very well calculated as well. As you can see, both opponents did not want to take much risk in that round. They didn't want to take a gamble this early on. However, you've got to remember that these judges are seeing this fight their way. Let's see some action replays. So that's where Pharaboodee actually took a big right hand, and Hassan read it very well. He gets his head a little bit too low, and Hassan is just reading it quite well. However, Pharaboodee is coming alive in the corner. And there was that nice jumping right hand landed by Pharaboodee as well. Pharabodee's landed some very nice shots onto the chin of Hassan Zareei. But like I said, both fighters almost fighting a very similar style of not much risk, so not much reward. However, Pharaboodee is doing a little bit better of a job of that because he's actually landing some more powerful shots as well. I'd like to see both fighters now be a little bit more active with their jabs, trying to set up some traps as well, going downstairs, feinting upstairs, but a little bit more active from both opponents would be nice. Round number 3 underway. Thailand taking on Iran. Pharaboodee representing the box Thailand and Hassan representing Iran. And that beautiful jab with the right hand followed by Pharabodee. And there it is again. This is where Pharabodee needs to start putting on the pressure. He lands a combination but doesn't follow it up. Hassan now dancing, and Hassan almost playing possum, and then lands a big right hand to Pharabodee as well. A nice right hand landed to the ribcage of Hassan Zareei. Pharabodee lands some nice body shots early on, has now found his home again with those body shots. Both fighters in the center of the ring. Some nice head movement shown by Pharabodee. And again, that jumping jab. A leap of a jab, very similar to Pernell Whitaker. You extend your body as far as it can possibly go to land a jab, and it's very hard to be countered. Pharabodee needs to be very careful with his head. The ref has already told him a few times, keep your head up, it is dangerous. Pharabodee does not need to rush that right hand. He needs to set it up with a jab. And there it is. Hassan has done a very good job now of counter-punching. He's already found out how Pharabodee throws his right hand. Pharabodee needs to change things up a little bit. A nice right hand as well, using his range very nicely. Halfway already through this round. How are you scoring this fight at home? Are you giving it to Pharabodee for his aggression or Hassan's counter-punching? And a nice 1-2 landed by Hassan. That's exactly what Hassan needs to do if he wants to try and win this fight. He needs to put more pressure on and get on that front foot with that jab and a nice jumping left hook. But Pharabodee read it beautifully and landed a counter punch of his own. And we have now seen a switch where Pharabodee's on the back foot and Hassan is now on the front foot. Both fighters are now getting a little bit cocky. They're not scared of each other's power. Center of the ring, less than a minute to go of round number 3. Who wants this round more? It's a very even round so far. And a nice jab to the body landed by Pharabodee. And just a nice shake of hands, making sure it was on the belt line. Not too low. And a nice jab to the chest. Remember, the entire body is a target. That's exactly what he needs to do. And a big right hand landed. And again lands the right hand. This is where Pharabodee needs to come alive and take a little bit of a risk. 10 seconds to go of this round. Some nice head movement. And you can see Pharabodee's now finding his groove. A very nice way to end the round. I think Pharabodee may have stole that round at the end. But again, it was quite an even round. Both fighters landing some nice counter punches, but both fighters not throwing enough jabs. Let's see some action replays. And there's that jab we were talking about. That full length, that full stretch on the jab that Pharabodee's been landing as much as he can. But this is where he dips his head down a little bit too low. And a right hand landed by Hassan Zareei. And there it is again, that nice jab. But Pharabodee does a very good job to evade danger as well. That's the one thing he's doing. He only gets involved when he's throwing, and when he's not throwing, he isn't really in harm's way. We have got Thailand taking on Iran. Both of these fighters, by the way, are in their professional boxing debut. I think it's been quite an even fight so far. I think Pharabodee's maybe edging the fight a little bit, but again, that's up to the judges to decide. Round number 4, the final round of this fight. Pharabodee in the white and gold shorts, representing the Box Thailand from Thailand, and Hassan Zareei from Iran in the white shorts with the red trim. How are you scoring this fight at home? Do you think it's as even as I think it is? As close as I think? And a nice jumping gazelle hook landed by Pharabodee. And it looks like Hassan has been told you need to come alive if you want to win this fight. And that's exactly what he needs to do. But Pharabodee lands a nice left hook. And maybe this is exactly what Pharabodee's been waiting for. He's been waiting for Hassan to come alive. This is only a 4-round fight. You cannot wait in a 4-round fight. You need to take chances. And Hassan has now come alive. Hassan is doing exactly what he should have been doing in round number 2 and round number 3, but he's doing a good job of it now. And a Roy Jones style left hand landed. He went for a back fist there, which I don't think is allowed in the sport of boxing. Pharabodee now pushing his opponent and landing anything he can. Pharabodee really needs to put the pressure on. I think he really needs to make sure he wins this fight by putting the pressure on, because Hassan Zareei is doing exactly what he needs to do now, which is being more active and more aggressive. Both fighters land big shots and grab one another. Both fighters now in the center of the ring. Less than halfway to go of this fight. Both fighters now going for the haymakers, taking a little bit more of a risk, taking a gamble. And a beautiful 1-2 landed upstairs by Pharabodee, but he doesn't follow it up. Hassan is now shaking his arms, trying to charm his opponent. Checks the crowd. Some good personalities in this ring. Less than a minute to go. Both fighters land a flurry. It really is a case of who wants it more, who's going to bite down on that gum shield and go for it. But Pharabodee is still coming alive. He's still being aggressive, and that will favor in the judges' scorecards. Pharabodee's doing exactly what he needs to do now, just using his head movement, but being more aggressive. Pushing the pace, not taking a chance. 30 seconds to go of round number 4 and this fight. A nice jab upstairs. This fight has gone a little bit more exciting, a little bit more fast pace. A nice right hand landed by Hassan. But is it enough? And some nice body work. But again, Pharabodee throws that beautiful counter right hand that he's been landing all night. 10 seconds to go. Who wants him on again? He snaps his opponent's head back. I think he has now stolen that round. And I think Pharabodee may have just edged that fight. We are going to the judges' scorecard. Ali Makoni will be in the center of the ring very soon to give you an announcement on who has won that fight. But I think that was a very exciting boxing debut for both of these fighters. Professional boxing debut. Pharabodee from Thailand representing the Box Thailand gym, and Hassan Zareei representing Iran. We are about to get the scores added up very soon. Usually when it takes a little bit longer is because it's a lot closer than you think. Who do you think has won this fight? Thailand or Iran? Pharabodee or Hassan? It was only a 4-round fight. It can go either way. Remember, it's not what you see, it's what the judges see.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first fight that's went the distance. Give a round of applause for these two warriors. After 4 rounds of boxing action, your judges have reached a unanimous decision. Your winner in the red corner, give it up for Pharabodee. Appreciations, please, to his opponent, Hassan Zareei. Congrats, guys, what a fight. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to fight number 5 on our card tonight. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, give it up for Sornram.
What a fight we have just seen, but we are quickly moving into fight number 5. Making his way to the ring, representing Thailand, Mr. Sornram Sopakul. He is also fighting out of the Highland Boxing Gym here in Bangkok, Thailand. He has got a professional boxing record of 6 wins, 7 losses and 0 draws. He is a very, very experienced professional boxer. And here he is, ready to take on his opponent.
And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, give it up for Walid, Halima, Salem.
And about to make his way to the ring, representing the Box Thailand, Mr. Walid, Halima, Salem. All the way from Algeria with a professional boxing record of 4 wins, 0 losses and 0 draws. It is a perfect record. Algeria taking on Thailand. The Box Thailand taking on the Highland Gym. 2 promotions battling it out.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is our 5th bout of the evening in the 61kg division. This will be contested over 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, it's a man to my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He has a record of 13 fights, 6 wins and 7 losses, representing Thailand. Give it up for Sornram, and his opponent to my right, fighting out of the red corner. He has a perfect record of 4 fights and 4 victories, representing Algeria. Give it up for Walid, Halima, Santig. Your judges ringside are Sannie, Chris Sanyadet, and Carlos Costa. The 3rd man in the ring is Mr. Woraweth Duankau.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the 5th fight of the evening. We have got Algeria taking on Thailand. We have the Box Thailand taking on Highland Boxing. Round number 1 underway. Walid, Halima, Salem wearing the white shorts with the black trim, taking on Sornram Sopakol with the black shorts with the blue trim. Thailand against Algeria. And watch Walid come out very fast. He's usually a very active fighter, lots of quick footwork, lots of quick hands. And every fight Walid has had, he's always improved. He's always done a little bit better than his last fight, and some beautiful bodywork landed already. And just look at the difference in speed. Walid is just throwing punch after punch, not giving Sornram any chance to breathe or even throw his own combinations as well. Walid doing exactly what he needs to do, which is just blitz his opponent, throw some flurries, but also needs to be very defensive as well. Some nice bodywork as well, but that's what we're talking about. Walid needs to be very careful with not taking a shot when he's in the fire. Sornram needs to start coming alive. Sornram hasn't really thrown much of anything. Sornram needs to start throwing a jab, giving Walid something to think about, because at the moment Walid is bullying his opponent. Sornram needs to start dancing around, maybe throwing a jab, grabbing his opponent. He needs to do something. And that's exactly what he needs to do. He needs to start throwing something back. He needs to throw something to give Walid to think about. And a beautiful right hand sends his opponent into the ropes. Luckily, the ropes are there to hold his opponent up, but a beautiful right hand landed by Walid. Walid is going to just pounce on his opponent here. It looks like he wants to get his opponent out early. And a beautiful pull-down shot where you pull the guard down of your opponent and throw a big haymaker through the guard. And Walid just teeing off on his opponent. And I don't think his opponent has even landed a clean shot yet. And the ref has just seen enough. A fantastic victory by Walid. With less than a minute to go of round number 1, Walid has already finished his opponent. Walid has just got better and better in every professional fight he has had. He now moves up to 5 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, adding to that perfect record. Lots of stoppages And Walid is becoming a very, very intimidating fighter. I mean, notice all those body shots he was throwing. He's been doing that to all of his opponents. He's becoming the new body snatcher. What a fantastic performance by Walid.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with just 1 minute and 7 seconds left in the first round, your winner by TKO in the red corner. Give it up for Walid Halima Salem. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a 10-minute break before our main event this evening between Lindsay Keane and Jack Hopkins. So please take this moment to go refill your refreshments and go to the toilet if you need to. And we will commence the action in approximately 10 minutes' time.
And some action replays here. You could just see Walid was just teeing off on his opponent the entire time. And just constantly, even when his opponent put his guard up, which stops most opponents, Walid knew he could break through the guard of his opponent. And that's exactly what he was doing. He was just hammering down at the guard. Remember, the entire body is a target. We are going to go for a 10-minute break here. Don't go anywhere because we have got the main event coming up. Jack Hopkins taking on Lindsay Keane. The UK against Australia. YouTuber against YouTuber. Who is going to win? We'll find out very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Jimmy Bowe.
Just watch me move, be ready, I'm coming for you. My body just felt what I knew. Tonight is the start of something new. The way we dance, we won't get down, show you that we can be coming up to you. I swear we'll do this, be like we say. Let's rock it, rock it. We can get bumpin', bumpin'. Today's on. Move it, let's rock it, rock it. We can get bumpin', bumpin'. Today's on. Just let the party, darling, boy, boy, boy. Be my honey, oh, 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 oh. Boy, just let the party, darling, boy, boy, boy. Be my shawty, oh, 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 oh. You said, move it, let's rock it, rock it. We can get bumpin', bumpin'. Today's on. Move it, let's rock it, rock it. We can get bumpin', bumpin'. Today's on. Just let the party, darling, boy, boy, boy. Be my honey, oh, 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 oh. Boy, just let the party, darling, boy, boy, boy. Be my shawty, oh, 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 oh.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we can start the main event of the evening, can I please welcome into the ring our promoters, Mr. Paul Windsor, Mr. Supanat Chanram, and Mr. Brico Santig.
I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, not likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, running
A big thank you to the Box Thailand Promotions and Highland Boxing Promotions. Without these three gentlemen, we wouldn't have a sterling event this evening. And also, a big shout out to Robert Oliver and the team at Top Shelf Grind Supplements, helping Jack and guys across the world to optimize their testosterone, energy levels, and focus. With the two best supplements for men, Kingmaker Supplement and Alpha Grind Coffee. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. The moment that you've all been waiting for. Introducing first, fighting out the blue corner. Give it up for Lindsay King.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get into the main event of the evening. About to make his way to the ring all the way from Australia, Mr. Lindsay King, making his professional boxing debut here in Bangkok, Thailand at the World Siam Stadium.
This is the end.
Lindsay King looks very confident, very calm, entering the ring for his professional boxing debut.
Feel the earth move and then hear my heart burst again. For this is the end. I'm trying to dream this moment.
Mr. Lindsay King, look at him, very good shape, very confident, very calm. The best way to be before you get ready for battle.
Fighting out the red corner, I need you to raise the roof for Jack Hopkins!
And making his way to the ring, the ever so popular Mr. Jack Hopkins from the United Kingdom, making his professional boxing debut here tonight in Bangkok, Thailand at the World Siam Stadium. A big shout out to Robert Oliver and the team at Top Shelf Grind Supplements, helping Jack and guys across the world optimize their testosterone, energy levels and focus. With their two best products for men, Kingmaker Supplement and Alpha Grind Coffee, a great song to come into by Jack Hopkins. Again,
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening in the 76 kilogram division with contested over 4 3-minute rounds. Australia is taking on the United Kingdom. Introducing first, standing to my left and fighting out the blue corner, making his boxing debut tonight, representing the land down under, Australia. Give it up for Lindsay King. And his opponent to my right, fighting out the red corner. He's also making his boxing debut this evening, representing the United Kingdom. Give it up for Jack Hopkins. Your judges ringside are Mr. Woraweth, Tuan Pao, Chris Sanyadet, and Carlos Costa. The third man in charge of the action is Mr. Pipa Sisane.
okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are just minutes away from the main event of the evening. The UK taking on Australia. Two influencers, YouTubers taking on one another in their professional boxing debut. Both fighters have said they're doing this for themselves. They're doing it to represent that anything is possible. Round number 1 underway of the main event of the evening. Jack Hopkins in the black shorts and Lindsay Keane with the red shorts. Jack Hopkins, of course, trained by Don Samraz, but also training out of the Box Thailand in Bangkok, Thailand. Lindsay Keane fighting out of Bali MMA with his trainer Tariq. A nice start by both fighters already. Jack Hopkins getting nice and low, trying to just keep a very high guard, trying to land a jab to the body. And Lindsay Keane has got a very nice boxing style so far, just throwing out that jab, moving around, dancing around his opponent, throwing that jab, using his reach, using the length. Lindsay needs to be a little bit careful with the way he circles. He should be going to the right just to avoid the power hand of Jack Hopkins. And Jack lands a nice big left hook upstairs. And both fighters told me that they want to knock their opponent out. Lindsay told me he likes Mike Tyson. Jack Hopkins likes Canelo. A nice left hook landed again by Jack Hopkins. But again, Lindsay just sticking that jab out, keeping that jab going. Both fighters now in the center of the ring. Both fighters looking in incredible shape. And a beautiful right hand landed by Jack Hopkins. But Lindsay just shakes off the shot, which shows the conditioning of these fighters. And again, Lindsay just firing that jab. A nice jab, but he got a little bit lazy with it because Jack caught him. And Jack needs to be a little bit more ferocious when he starts setting up those counter punches. As soon as he gets underneath that jab of Lindsay, he needs to throw that big right hand. And there it is! He has found his target already in the first round. This is only scheduled for 4 rounds, although it's usually not a marathon. Right now, this should be a sprint. They should be trying to end it quite early. 4 rounds is a very long time for your fitness, and a nice right hand landed by Jack Hopkins. Lindsay needs to get back behind the jab. It was working very well for him. When you've taken a big shot, it's very hard to keep up with your game plan, so Lindsay just needs to recuperate, find himself, and just start throwing that jab out again. And Jack Hopkins just throwing some vicious left hooks, right hooks, almost going for that peekaboo style. But Jack said he's going to stalk his opponent. He wants to fight like Canelo. He wants to stalk him, trap his opponent, and then try and land that big knockout punch. 20 seconds to go of round number 1. And Jack is still just walking forward. Lindsay doing a very good job to try and keep his opponent away with a jab. But it's been a very nice round for both fighters, especially for a boxing debut. 10 seconds ago. And again, a nice left hand. Stumbles his opponent. And that is the end of round number 1. What a fantastic round we have just seen for 2 fighters on their professional boxing debut. Both fighters have only been fighting for less than a year. What a fantastic performance by both of these fighters, proving to everyone out there that anything is possible if you just put the training in. We're going to go to some action replays right now. And there was that nice 1-2 that Lindsay tried to land, but instead Jack Hopkins came upstairs and landed that nice right hook. And here we are, we're seeing that time when Jack just got his opponent against the ropes and again landing those big looping right hands. Jack almost going for a peekaboo style where he makes his body smaller and then rips up with a nice explosive hook, and it landed beautifully. A very good round. And thank you to everyone watching around the world. We have got the Box Promotions and Highland Boxing Promotions putting on this main event. Jack Hopkins taking on Lindsay Keane. UK against Australia. And Jack Hopkins starts off very fast already for round number 2. And very nicely done by both of these fighters to now just stay very calm. No reason to get too excited just yet. Just stay behind the jab. Try and set up some counter punches. Try and see what you're doing as well. Don't smother yourself with your hands, which is very common in the first few fights that you have, is you get too excited. Look for your hand placement. Stay very calm. Jack is a very big, powerful looking man. He just needs to just bide his time and be very explosive with his shots. And a beautiful 1-2 lands through the guard of Jack Hopkins, and Lindsay is finding a very good target with his jab, and he's doing exactly what he needs to do against a shorter fighter. Lindsay needs to just keep the distance, keep throwing that jab, and not getting close to Jack Hopkins, because if you're in close against Jack, Jack's going to punish you with some big, powerful shots. Lindsay just needs to stick and move, sting like a bee, flirt like a butterfly, just keep dancing around his opponent. Do not get in close. Jack doing a good job, showing some nice head movement as well. Jack needs to be a little bit busier as well, start feinting the jab, trying to get in close to his opponent, feinting a little bit more, keeping Lindsay guessing, get his opponent against the corner, and that was a stiff left hand landed. And we're seeing a very classic, powerful fighter against someone who is just using their reach very well. Both fighters doing a very good job at what they do. Lindsay doing a good job of just stick and moving. Jack doing a good job to stalk his opponent and land powerful shots. We're definitely seeing quality versus quality in the punch department, but Lindsay has just been a little bit more accurate, a little bit more busy, but Jack has landed the big, more powerful shots. So it depends what the judges are seeing right now. Are they seeing the powerful shots landed by Jack and the aggression, or are they seeing Lindsay's nice stick and move style where he's just flicking out that jab, Less than a minute to go of round number 2. And a nice right hand landed by Jack Hopkins to the body of Lindsay, ripping it down. This is where Jack needs to come alive. He needs to push his opponent off and start digging down and make this a dogfight. And a nice body shot again landed. And Lindsay does a good job to push down on his opponent and then circle into the center of the ring. 20 seconds to go of round number 2. And Lindsay needs to stay very careful with his chin, because Jack is stalking his opponent like a hawk, and he is looking for any opening to throw that big haymaker that he likes to throw. Jack is bleeding at the nose, which is going to affect his breathing just a little bit. Round number 2 underway. What an exciting round for these fighters, for these two YouTubers who are really putting on a great display of boxing. And let's see some action replays. That was that big leaping left hook that Jack was trying to land, but as you saw, Lindsay read it pretty well. And there was that interesting backhand, which isn't usually allowed in boxing, but I think it was so fast, the ref didn't see it. You cannot touch what the eyes cannot see. And Jack just fumbling forward, trying to get some body punches in. A very nice round for both of these fighters. And again, it depends on what the judges are seeing. Are they seeing the aggression of Jack coming forward constantly? Or are they seeing the slick movements of Lindsay Keane with that nice jab and that right hand? And we are about to get into round number 3. Now this is where it becomes deep waters for your first boxing fight, because this is where the conditioning really pays off. You do not know what it's like to fight until you fight. 20 rounds of sparring is still not enough to know what it's like to have a 4-round fight. And both fighters starting off very strong already. Jack Hopkins in the black shorts taking on Lindsay Keane in the red shorts. And Lindsay Keane now getting behind that jab again. Both fighters are bleeding at the nose. This is already a blood battle. And Lindsay Keane now putting the pressure on. It seems like he has smelt something in the water, and he's now putting the pressure on, trying to finish this fight. And Jack Hopkins comes up with a big left hand that stumbles Lindsay and knocks him back. He is now back and forth. It's like an aggressive ping pong match. You have some, they have some. Both fighters are clearly trying to end this fight. Both of these fighters in the dressing room told me that they want to knock their opponent out. They both favor people like Mike Tyson and Canelo Alvarez. Both of them are knockout artists. But now we're in deep waters. Who wants it more? Who wants to bite down on the gum shield and push forward and go for that knockout? Both fighters bleeding at the nose. It's going to make it very hard. And a nice right hand landed by Lindsay Keane and sends his opponent to the canvas. Jack Hopkins gets up, showing the heart of a warrior. What a fantastic shot landed by Lindsay. Jack doing a very good job to get an extra breather there. Both fighters are bleeding. And let's see what Lindsay does. Is he going to try and finish this fight early? And Lindsay just needs to stick behind the jab now. He doesn't need to get caught into a war. He could just run away with a jab and see this round out. But it looks like Lindsay was trying to finish this fight, but Jack is not giving up. Jack is still in this fight, loading up on that big right hand that just misses. But it looks like Lindsay is firing, and the ref is coming in, and he has seen enough. A very interesting stoppage, but it was a good fight for both of these fighters. What a fantastic fight. We saw a very good lengthy fight. 3 rounds of action. A lot of credit to Lindsay Keane for his boxing debut. What a fantastic performance representing Bali MMA. We're going to go to some action replays very, very soon. And here you saw Lindsay Keane took a big shot, but then just saw that right hand early on and then just threw it, and it hit the temple of Jack, stumbling him a little bit. But one thing was clear, neither of these fighters gave up in that entire fight. And there was that right hand that sends Jack to the canvas. But Jack still got up, still carried on. Jack did not go down, he did not quit. The ref stepped in and stopped the fight. But both fighters looked happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, give these two a round of applause. What a fight! With just 57 seconds to go in round number 3, your winner by TKO in the blue corner. Give it up for Lindsay Keane. And your appreciations, please, to Jack Hopkins.
What a fantastic fight. A great performance by both of these warriors, the Box Promotions and Highland Boxing Promotions, for putting on this main event here at World Siam Stadium. Both of these fighters are
just a quick
athletes.
interview with these two warriors. So, over to you first, Lindsay. Congratulations. What was the reason for taking this fight?
Hey, I was looking to take a fight for myself, like the mental benefits of going through the fighting, like weeks and weeks out, just hard work, to have a good day for the fight day, you know, just to see how that man boxing goes, man. And yeah, that's why I wanted to fight.
Jack, you also put in a sterling performance. You haven't hurt in rounds 1 and round 2. It just let it all go in round 3, unfortunately. How did the training go for this fight?
Went very well, we were ready to come out and win, but Lindsay was there as well, did very, very well, so nothing I can say, just thank you for coming to watch, and thank you to everyone who's been on the journey. Don't worry about me, I'll be back. This is what we do.
Well, guys, you definitely put on a sterling effort. So, big round of applause for these two. That was absolutely awesome. Hopefully, we can do it again, maybe in Bali. Rematch in Bali, let's go. We'll take the whole of Bangkok there. Okay, guys, give these two a quick round of applause. Another big thank you to the Box Thailand Promotions, Highland Boxing Promotions, and our official sponsor, Top Grind. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ali McConey. Thanks for attending this evening. Have a safe journey home, and we will see you on the next show.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in for this evening. What a fantastic night of fights. 6 fights, pure action, and what a way to end it as well. 2 very big time YouTubers who have a huge following. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a performance very, very soon. So thank you for tuning in. My name is Jimmy Burr. I have been on the mic, and your MC was Ali McConey. Of course, this wouldn't be possible without the Box Promotions and Highland Boxing Promotions. But of course, thank you to everyone who did tune in, and also thank you to all the fighters who risked everything for this amazing event. Let's see some dancing.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending. Give one round of applause for our Highland Boxing Promotion dancers, and we will see you on the next show. Safe journey home. Thank you and good night.
And to your best commentator around, Jim.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. 'Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying in chalk. I really hate
Paul Windsor, Brico, Santig, and Supanat, please come ringside. Paul Windsor, Brico, Santig, and Supanat, please come ringside.